Is it ready? Are we good? Okay. So our first question for you is, what is the mission of the Real Food Challenge?
Okay, so Real Food Challenge, it's a national nonprofit, and essentially the mission is to mobilize student power to change our current American food system. Because the food system, as it stands, is essentially incredibly exploitative on every level, and sustainable, it's not sustainable in any sense of the word, really.
Food challenge is important to me because I'm a vegan and I have a friend who's a vegan, and food options in GLAR for vegans are extremely limited. For more strict vegans that have problems with contamination, they can't even eat at the salad bar because there's meat and eggs touching almost everything. The fact that it's a requirement as a freshman to buy a meal plan and then the food that is there is not something that I'm able to consume seems really unfair. And I found that there's barely anything I can eat.
So logistically, the mission of Real Food Challenge is to get the administration of colleges to sign into a document called the Real Food Campus Commitment, which obligates the school, the administration, and their dining service company to get 20% of real food by 2020. So the real food is this definition that was created by Real Food Challenge that stipulates food that is either ecologically sound, essentially environmentally friendly, humanely produced, which applies mostly to animal products, meat, eggs, dairy. Local is within 250 miles, or fair trade, which essentially means the producer of the food, since a lot of our produce and a lot of our coffee comes from internationally, making sure that the producer is not exploited. Sodexo as a company is not accountable to anyone, including the students who eat it every day, if their food is actually fulfills any of these requirements. They can say that anything is local, that anything's sustainable, that anything's humane, without being checked by any third party. The Real Food Challenge's purpose is to mobilize student power to ensure that Sodexo actually follows through with its rhetoric, essentially.
So the biggest steps that we need to take are, one, we need to find more organic options to present in GLAR, more options that are ecologically stable, so that we have food that is, not being shipped off or not being grown off of like the West Coast or the Midwest and then being moved to a foreign country for packaging and processing and then moved back to Westminster for consumption. So organic, ecologically stable, fair trade options, we need a lot more of those too. And I think any of those general qualities that constitute real food as real food. So.
Progressive Student Union is the club that's running the Real Food Campus campaign right now. That's like our kickoff campaign. And last year we did some tabling at the farmers markets and stuff like that. But this month is like really our month of action. We just started petitioning, and then we're going to present to all the different clubs on campus to help build a coalition to bring to the administration. We're having the Real Food Coordinator, John Berger, come guest speak on Tuesday, February 18th to talk about Sodexo's role in the food system and how it can be changed through Real Food Challenge and through student pressure.